Boker Tov, good morning. Jerusalem Jane coming to you from yet another sunny, beautiful morning here in Israel. You can hear the birds outside my window. You can hear the construction has beginning every morning, 7 o'clock sharply. I'm standing here with my hair wet, coming out of the shower. Definitely did not plan on making this video, but here in the midst of the hustle and the bustle of the construction, I just felt someone needs to hear it's going to be okay. I know that 2020 has been a very, very difficult year for many of us. We have been alone. I mean, I have family who lives in another country, and here in Israel, we have been on lockdown for so long, in different stages. And when you live alone, you are alone. So I know that a lot of people have had difficult times. They are hurting financially, emotionally. So I want to read you something. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. So I just wanted to read these scriptures to you from Psalm to say God is your fortress. You can trust Him. As long as you have a pulse, He has a plan. The last couple of years has been extremely difficult for me. I have had injury upon injury. I even broke my right ankle. I had 2 fractures on the inside and the outside. The doctor said it was a miracle that I didn't need surgery. I spent months in a wheelchair. I went from that straight into one of my dear friends was murdered in a terror attack. This year, I had a dental malpractice case, a big surgery that went wrong, and it was just awful, excruciating, painful. And then we went into the lockdown, and now I'm lacking a big tooth. I've had so many death threats, so it's literally only by God's grace and miracle that I'm still alive and that I'm here to talk to you. I know what it means to have trauma and hurt and pain and a broken heart and despair, but I'm still here. And that's because as long as I have a pulse, God has a purpose. As long as I have a pulse, God has a plan. So for those of you out there who is going through a very difficult times, for those of you who is waking up thinking, I can't do it anymore, I can't take one day more of this hurt and pain and trauma and loneliness. I don't know what you're facing today. Maybe someone is going through a divorce, there's a death in your family, someone betrayed you. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on, and I've been through so many of all of these things. But I'm still here because I'm a testimony that God is good and that God is faithful. And if you read His scriptures every day, it will build you up. And yes, I know this video has nothing to do with Israel, but God is still good. God is still faithful. He's blessing Israel. He's faithful to the Jewish people. And I also have a personal life, and there was just something in my heart that felt like I just want to jump on and make this video for my social media as I'm standing here, with my hair wet, getting ready to leave. Don't despair out there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You will get through this because God has put inside of you what you need to go through all of this. And regarding the pandemic, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We are still on a lockdown here in Israel, except you can hear the construction outside of my house. I hope you have good people you can surround yourself with, who can be with you, encourage you, comfort you, and pray with you. And go and be a blessing to someone, and someone will be a blessing to you. I love you. For all of those who follow Jerusalem Jane on all my social media and who has stood with me through these years that has been extremely traumatic and painful for me, also being threatened by all of these Arabs for the voice I am for Israel. Thank you for being in my corner, for loving me, encouraging me. I literally wouldn't be here without you today. So be encouraged, my friends. Life is good and life is beautiful. Allow God to be with you, to strengthen you, to guide you, to give you wisdom and knowledge to get through what you're facing today. Have a beautiful day. God bless you. Bye.